Class, in the first 2 units, we have learned direct current, DC, and alternating current, AC, and gotten to know their circuit composition. The use of electricity is everywhere in our life, while safe use of electricity is of vital importance. We should not only grasp the common sense of electrical safety, but also learn the first aid methods of electric shock. Then, from this unit, we will learn relevant knowledge on first aid of electric shock, and get to know the type of electric shock, the causes for electric shock and the first aid methods, etc. We will divide this unit into 4 parts. 1. Get to know electric shock. 2. Extricate the person with an electric shock from the power supply. 3. Rescue the person with electric shock by artificial respiratory method. 4. Rescue the person with electric shock by external chest compression. This class we will learn the first part, i.e., get to know electric shock. Firstly, let's look at the definition of electric shock. Electric shock is a common name for electrical injury, and it usually refers to the tissue injury and dysfunction caused when a human body is in direct contact with the power supply, or the high-voltage power passes through the human body via air or other conducting medium, and it will result in cardiac arrest and respiratory arrest in severe cases. When the human body touches live bodies, or there is a flash discharge between the live bodies and the human body, or an arc wave spreads to the human body, the current will enter the ground or other conductors via the human body, thus forming a conducting loop, and such condition is referred to as electric shock. Electric shock, this refers to the injuries caused by the current when it passes through the inner human body to destroy the normal function of people's heart, nerve system and lungs. The human body touches live lead wire, shell of equipment with current leakage or other live bodies, and lightning stroke or capacitor discharge, all of which may result in electric shock. After the electric shock, the normal function of people's heart, respiratory system and nerve system will be destroyed, thus being the most dangerous. Most of the electrocution deaths are due to electric shock. Electrical injury, this refers to a local injury of the human body by thermal effect, chemical effect or mechanical effect of current, including arc burn, scalding, electric branding, skin metallization and other different forms of injuries. Causes for electric shock. 1. Touch with live parts. This refers to the human body being in direct contact with live parts in normal operation. 2. Touch with accidental live parts. This refers to people touching accidental live parts under system fault. 3. Static electricity. There will be electric shock at different degrees when the human body is close to substances with static electricity, or when the human body with static charge gets close to grounding bodies. Common forms of electric shock are single-phase electric shock, two-phase electric shock and step-voltage electric shock. Single-phase electric shock. Because insulation of the electric wire is damaged, the metal part of the lead is exposed, the lead or equipment is damped, etc., thus resulting in decreased capacity of their insulation parts. Then when the human body standing on the ground are in direct or indirect contact with the live wire, the current will flow into the ground via human body, thus causing electric shock accident. Two-phase electric shock. Two-phase electric shock refers to that under the condition that the human body is in contact with two-phase or two-phase live bodies simultaneously. When the current flows from one phase to another phase via the human body, the maximum voltage imposed on the human body is the line voltage, which is the most dangerous. Step-voltage electric shock. For electrical equipment with a shell grounded, when the shell is live due to damaged insulation, or when there is a single-phase grounding fault due to broken lead, the current will flow to the ground from the equipment shell via the grounding wire and grounding body, or from the broken lead via the grounding point, and then spread around. If at this time, a person stands on the ground near the equipment, her feet will also withstand a certain voltage, thus it is referred to as step voltage. If the grounding current is relatively large, the step voltage will exceed the allowable value, thus there will be personal electric shock accidents. In this class, we have learned what electric shock is, the causes of electric shock and the forms of electric shock. That concludes this lesson. Thank you, everyone.